Hey, friends. So, I wanted to just give a big shout out to all of my subscribers and listeners and supporters. Thank you for just all your support, the ones that have been with me through the beginning when I first started my channel about 3 years ago, and the people that are new subscribers and new listeners. And for all the nice, positive comments, people saying I have a beautiful voice and they like different songs, and people who are just nice in general. I just want to say thank you and keep up the good work. And I also want to give you a music update. So, I've been building a fan base, a listener base for a while, and thankfully, I do have some people who really like my music, and I appreciate that. But I'm sure some of you might be thinking, well, where is she going with all this? So, with my music, I do enjoy singing with other people and traveling when I get the chance, but my goal was never to be a mainstream performer because I do like to write my own songs. I like to have control over my music and what I'm doing with my life. So I have gotten into the indie music industry, and that's basically just independent artists. And I've also been checking out sync licensing opportunities. And basically, that means music for different projects, such as video games, films, ads, stock music, people who need to find a song for their Instagram post or their YouTube video or whatever. Sometimes they need to get some music for that. And I like to write about love songs, which I'm sure that many of you have found that out. But I also love writing folk songs and songs about nature. I love that because I love to get out in nature. And I've also been experimenting with writing some songs specifically for video games. And basically, it's just songs that I think would go with certain scenes in video games. And then I've asked a couple of people who were really into video games. I was like, well, do you think that this song could actually be in a video game? And some of them actually just told me, they said that song would be perfect for a scene in a video game. Like there's a song that I wrote called Rise Warrior Rise. Well, there's a lot of different things that you can use that song for, but I wrote it with video games in mind. And there were people telling me, yeah, that could totally fit in a scene from a video game. So, I'm looking into things like that. But I'm also starting to create some albums. And I recently discovered a place called Voclio, Voclio, and it's basically for singers, and they like a cappella tracks. And so I've been working on some a cappella tracks because I've already done things like that before. I had people who requested me to sing songs just a cappella without music because they said, well, I just want to hear the words more and the melody. And I even had students when I used to teach years ago that said, could you just sing a song without the music? And I said, oh, a cappella? And they said, yeah, I just want to hear the words. And so everybody likes different types of music, but I've always enjoyed a cappella music. And so I'm working on some single tracks, which I've already got one up, and I'm going to be making an a cappella album where I'm going to have like 6 songs, original songs that are a cappella, and I'm going to be putting the album up on Bandcamp. And some of the single tracks will be on Voclio. And then I'm also making another album that's going to have my new song, Little Bird Song, on it, which I'm really happy with that. It's just a sweet, happy song for those of us who enjoy nature, inspired by a bird song. And so that song is going to be on the folk album, which I'm calling Bird Song. And there's going to be like 6 songs on that. And I'm going to be putting it up on Bandcamp as well for $6.50. So really inexpensive. And then I'm also making an album with 6 songs that are specifically for like video games or even people who are just like battling different things. It's called Warrior Heart, and my song Rise Warrior Rise is going to be on that with some others. So a few different things going on there. And so just stay tuned and check that out. Amanda J. Sullivan Music. Thank you for your support. And I'll let you know how things go. And just stay inspired and keep being the nice people that you are.